You talk that nonsense about Oklahoma State, and they thrashed
See,
them boys.
as y'all see already, this is what we're
Thrashed
starting
them boys.
off with.
This thrashed them boys already.
I started not to even come on the show this morning.
Cause he
Good
knew better.
morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know
Don't
what
let
it
me
is.
come with that nonsense. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How y'all
E2G
doing?
Sports Network presents. Y'all know what it
Let's
is. Sports
go.
formation, sports morning, sports conversations, the most talk, whatever you want to say. It's us. It's me, your boy Trey. You got my man Bishop, currently the GOAT. Hey, and we finna get it in. Got some conversations I have, as y'all know. It's been waiting. It was here. NCAA football in
On
the
us,
building.
baby. It was here last week, officially, but it's officially here because we got top 25 play started last night. Trey, you came with that nonsense yesterday. I had to let you know this morning.
I started not to even show up.
Brand new shirt that has never been worn. I got this shirt for Christmas, so I'm happy. I had to throw it on because even though it wasn't my boomer Sooners, it was the Oklahoma State Cowboys running through them boys last night. What? Don't talk to me about that, man. I told you these boys was gonna do their thing, man. You put up almost 100 on them cats, man. Let's go.
Bishop, who did y'all play?
It don't matter. You said we was gonna lose. Okay, who
I
we
did.
played?
I did. I didn't really mean that, but I did say that.
Michigan. You said Central Michigan was gonna do something.
I didn't really mean that, but I was hopeful. In which I
did,
needed it to happen. They're ranked above USC. I needed it.
I know you did. I know you did, and they might go up a little bit higher after this weekend.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm just saying.
Well, it might happen because there are some teams that play some top 12 teams that play each other. So
yeah, and then West Virginia almost beat Pitt, which I said West Virginia almost beat Pitt. They lost by 7. So, and who else almost lost? Somebody else almost lost yesterday too.
The VMI.
No, it wasn't that one. Oh hell no!
Actually, I did pull up to see what was
somebody else that almost lost yesterday too.
Who was it? Yesterday.
Good morning.
Who was
what up, Fred? It was somebody else.
Who was it?
Who was that almost lost yesterday? Was it the Penn State game? Oh, the Penn State game. That's the other one. Penn State came back at the end to beat the Penn State played who did Penn State play?
It was a FBS team, wasn't it? It was a known team, was it?
Golly, I watched the game too. Penn State played good God. I watched that game, man.
Penn State played. Oh, that was first one. Let me see the second one. Penn State played Purdue.
The Boilermakers. Mm-hmm. The Boilermakers. That was they came back to win that one.
Yeah, 35-31.
31. They came back to win that. They scored with less than a minute left on the clock when they gave the ball back to Purdue. Just under a minute. What up, Eric? What up? Good morning. How y'all doing, man? It is Friday. It is first formation. College football is here, man. That means we 1 week away from the NFL football season. That means it's time for you fantasy people out there. Time for you fantasy people to start taking these L's for those bad drafting picks that y'all had. Which the main one I'm talking to is this gentleman next to me.
Oh, I'm good. Now. You see the trade. I do what I do, baby. This is me.
I can't believe you, Applewhite. You put that dumb trade, Applewhite.
Let's go.
Believe you put that dumb trade for the trash Dallas Cowgirls. I can't believe you took that dumb trade for Dallas Cowboys. That was
Let's go.
I don't believe you, man. I don't believe you, Applewhite. Every year you disappoint me, sir, by taking them trades like that. Why would you trade? No, I'm letting them know. They gonna see it anyway. You go to trade Lamar Jackson for the Dallas Cowboys defense? Are you freaking serious, bro? Man, I don't know what to say about you guys, man. I can't wait to the league. And it's gonna come back and bite you, Applewhite. Watch what I tell you, Rich AP. Rich AP is gonna come back and bite you. Those were some good. Hey, Eric, straight. You hit it right on the head. When you say good like me, you don't have to trade. Okay, Eric. We gonna see. The time is here, man. The time is here. When we saw college football top 25 last night, it's here, baby. It's here. We was 1 week away because next Thursday is the first NFL game. So we was 1 week away yesterday, actually. So we're a little less than a week, a day less than a week. But either way, it's here. It's here. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning. Good morning, fellas.
So,
boy, Jason Williams talking about MJ couldn't score in his. Ooh, I didn't hear about that guy. I didn't hear about that, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We some trades over in the NBA as well. There's some things moving around. Trade changed the settings in the league to help him out. What? Help him out for what?
Well, yeah, because he said because I changed what's called to 1 day, but my situation was already done. So it was after the fact, so it wasn't going to affect me.
What changed what to 1 day?
But the waiver and the trade was 1 day instead of 2.
No, why'd you move it? Because what if people need an extra day? Like people do got to work, they may not see it.
Well, no, it's not. It's not from the. It's after the trade has been set. So the waiver.
They have 1 day to What do you mean 1 day? What?
After the trade has been accepted, then it's 1 day to process it. Where of course you have 1 day for people to
see that.
But for me, it would have made a difference for me because mine was after it. So it was mine
because you said it afterwards. You're the one that said it.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it doesn't affect me in the current trade because it was after the fact.
Right, because you
said because I was looking at when I looked at it when I did the trade for the
Which when I did the trade, no, I know what he's talking about, Anthony. Yeah, I get what he's talking about. I know what he's doing. Yeah, I know what he's doing. Yeah, it helps.
But so because you look at it, when I did the trade, from the New Orleans Saints defense for the Dallas Cowboy defense, I did that trade like after we did the trade, and the trade didn't go through yesterday. It took like 4 or 5 days for the trade to go through. Maybe it was because it's over the weekend, but it took like 4 or 5 days for it to process. So I was like, and so when yesterday after I did that for Apple, I made the trade to Applewhite.
So, but the only thing with that,
though, the trade doesn't go through to the fourth.
Right, but that's how it is in real football, though. You don't trade somebody. You can't trade somebody on Saturday and they play on Sunday. You can't do that.
I get that. It depends on when you. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's still the same thing like that. That's not going to happen. But it's just the simple fact of saying even the waiver, like the waiver, you have to wait 2 days for the waiver to go through. Like saying so it's like it's the speed. It's basically to speed the process up.
Okay.
Because now saying like you said, if you sit up and claim like let's say I put some
like I did with mine. Yeah. Which one? Because mine took. Well, it did take about 2-3 days.
Your trade is different. I mean, your pickup of a free agent is different, but the trade and the waiver pickup takes more time. If we was about to play, like I made that trade yesterday, which was the first.
Right.
It's not supposed to go through till the 4th.
Oh no, that's way too long.
Exactly. So it's like that made no sense. So I see because I'm the victim of it twice. I was like, this is ridiculous. So I just went ahead and dropped it to 1 day for the waiver and 1 day for the trade.
Okay.
So real quick to go through, and like he said, you can see the whole league can see it because it sees the settings.
Right. Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to be what's going. So matchups yesterday, as Bishop was talking about. Let's go through a couple of these matches. Let's go through the scores first, and then we can step and go back and take a look at some of the stats. Of course, in top 25 action. 3 teams yesterday in top 25 action. Central Michigan was at the Oklahoma State Cowboys, as I was optimistic at possibly them putting up, the points. But even though there is no such thing as moral victories, they only lost by 14.
Oh, bro, I watched the game.
Took the L.
I watched the game. It was I'm gonna be honest with you. Van Gundy had got to a point where he was just out there having fun with the game. He was letting them guys just do whatever because they was throwing the ball. They was still throwing the ball and everything when they was up. Because I think they was up 40. What it was, 40 something to 14 at half. So he was just, you know what I'm saying? They was just throwing the ball up, man. I feel like Gundy was just trying to, he still had his Sanders starting, and I was like, why does he have Sanders still starting? And the game is well in hand. Like he was really taking a chance of this guy getting injured because he was still Sanders was still getting sacked and stuff like that. So I felt like that was poor on him, or poor choice on him, as Van Gundy being the coach and not letting his backup come out and play some ball. But yeah, even despite the fact of what the final score was, it was nowhere even close, man. Them boys ran through, like they came out there. I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. They came out there in the second half, like I said, it was 44-14. I think it had 45-14 and a half. It was so bad that when Oklahoma State received the ball after halftime, they scored in 3 plays. 3 pass plays, they scored right after half. 3. I was like, bro, this game is ridiculous. These cats, these cats ain't doing nothing. Like, they ain't got to worry about nothing. They was wearing these boys out, bro. And so for you to come out and think that Central Michigan was going to even have a gooseneck of a chance to come out and beat Oklahoma State Cowboys, man, you had lost your mind.
Number 12, Oklahoma State does end up getting the W, 58-44. Western Michigan, as Bishop was talking about at the top of the hour, played at Pitt in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh gets the W, 38-31. I'm very sure we'll come back to that game. VMI faced off against Wake Forest. As Bishop, another game which Bishop Griffey talked about at the top of the hour. Wake Forest gets the W, winning 44-10. In the rest of the games, of course, Akron hosted St. Francis of Pennsylvania. That game went to overtime. Akron, however, does get the W, 30-23. Ball State faced off against Tennessee in Tennessee. Tennessee getting the W, 59-10.
You know, Applewhite happy about that. You know, that's his squad.
That's his squad.
That's his squad. As long as he don't come here talking mess like they did something because they paid Ball State. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good. South Carolina faced off against Bishop's current quarterback team. UCF, of course, took care of business, winning 56-10.
Yeah, they thrashed.
Florida International, FIU, had a close one against Bryant. FIU pulling it out in overtime, winning 38-37. Toledo took on Long Island University. Toledo with the W, 37-0. Penn State, as he talked about, versus the Purdue Boilermakers, as we called them. We dubbed them the spoiler makers last year. But they weren't able to spoil another opening as they take the L. Penn State getting the W, winning 35-31 in Purdue's home. Northern Illinois versus Eastern Illinois early in the season, already a battle of the state. NIU gets the W, 34-27. Alabama AMU stand up HBCUs
in the building,
but they had to sit down.
Yeah, they fall short.
UAB
y'all stand up because y'all in the building, but yeah.
59-0, a drubbing. But not to be, that's, saying, HBU still, saying, keep y'all heads up, y'all time is coming. Louisiana Tech, them Texters faced off against where Eric and Donna.
Eric on here.
LaDonna.
I saw on Facebook. She had a little had a Mizzou stuff on. I seen.
Yeah, the Missouri Tigers. Them Tigers get the W, running roughshod over the Texters, 52-24. Good way to come out. New Mexico State faced off against them Golden Gophers, and the Golden Gophers showed them why they were forced to be reckoned with. New Mexico taking the L, 38-0. Northern Arizona faced off against Arizona State. We already know what time it was. Arizona State, Pac-12. I'm repping Pac-12 still currently. Arizona State gets the W, 40-3. Cal Poly faced off against Fresno State. Fresno, them Bulldogs buried the bone, winning 35-7. And lastly, Portland State faced off against San Jose State. I'm sorry, I was distracted by Eric's comment. San Antonio State faced off against Portland State. Portland State making an effort, concerted effort, but it wasn't enough. San Jose State gets the W, winning 21-17. Okay, Keaton Slovis, 308 yards last night. Okay.
Yeah,
Daniel
I
Richardson,
don't know
424 yards. Leading rusher. So okay, in your in Bishop, as Bishop was discussing and talking about in the first game, basically what happened?
what you
Uh,
talking
oh, I'm talking about on my screen.
Oh, you know what game you talking about? The
Your Oklahoma,
uh,
OSU, and good
yeah.
day, Applewhite. Good morning, brother. Glad to see you here. First information.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. This boy was just tossing in that pill like it was nothing, and then he ran for 2 touchdowns
Yeah, I
himself.
see the run. I seen his
Yeah,
runs.
he ran for 2 touchdowns. Oklahoma State came out there and showed you what the Big 12 do. Man, look at this boy Sanders on the run, just doing things, you know, making plays all over the field, man. Again, Gundy, I don't know what he was thinking, but look at this. Oh, that's when he throws the one to the tight end. He takes off running and he scampers for about 40 something yards for the touchdown. Oklahoma State goes up, and they never look back afterwards. Once they go up, they go up, and they never look back. The tight end breaks out, makes a nice curl route basically, and just outruns the
Bad
defense.
tackling.
The bad tackling, of course, that too, but he just basically outruns the defense and gets in the end zone. Don't get me wrong, Central Michigan did get on the board. They had some nice runs, as you see right here by my man's right here. He had a real decent run versus the Oklahoma State Cowboys, which is being exploited. That means it's something we see. That means that's something we're gonna use against them when it comes time. When we play them in the Bedlam. But that's later down the line during the season when we running for the CFP. You know what I'm saying? When we get ready to do that. But either way, the Cowboys, they played a great game the way to start out the season, blowing out Central Michigan the way they blew them out, man. Central Michigan, they did move the ball. They did move the ball without question. Okay, Street stole Tennessee's offense. Okay, I don't know about all that, bro. I can't say all that, but either way, it is what
Applewhite,
it is.
them volunteers got the W last night. Applewhite, look at
Oh,
you and
yeah,
Eric in here. You know, what I'm saying you're
you
feeling
know
real good about yourselves.
he
Y'all already
excited
made it through
about
the
that, man.
gauntlet.
Yeah, he was excited about
Mizzou
that.
gets the
But it
W.
was Ball State. But it was Ball State. It was Ball
Penn
State.
State gets the W. I mean, Tennessee gets the W.
Yeah.
Missouri gets the W. Like
Yeah,
y'all,
I mean, like everybody's squad got the W. Look like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. They
Everybody's
like I
squad.
said,
My
they made
squad
it
is
through the
next.
gauntlet. They made it through the
And,
gauntlet.
and then this game right here, the Pitt and West Virginia game, had Oregon. What? Oregon had an easy game.
You know, Oregon plays not Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia. Oh
Tomorrow.
yeah. Yeah, this game right here versus Pitt and West Virginia. Pitt and West Virginia was in there, and I picked West Virginia to upset Pitt, and it was a close one. When I say it was close, when Pitt was on, as you see, they was giving that boy the business out there in Pitt, bro. Like they was all in his face the whole game. West Virginia was playing a nice game, man. They played a real nice game. Unfortunately, they came up short, but they was playing a real nice game. Pitt, it was doing the ball was being slung all over the field. You could tell it was the first game of the season. A few penalties hurt a few of these teams. And that's all
Right,
across the NFL. I mean, all across the NCAA football. Some key penalties. As a matter of fact, one of the penalties that was key was that what was it that one game in versus in the Penn State Purdue game, penalties as well as catches, man, things that were real close that was questionable if they're Penn State. I didn't mean to do that. If Penn State hadn't done what they did and got that win, it would have been something for Purdue. But Purdue was moving the
Oh,
ball at
that's
the
right.
end. Purdue was moving the ball at the end. Like I said, Penn State scored with like 1 second with left under a minute left on the clock. They left like 56 seconds left on the clock to go up over Purdue, and Purdue got the last possession. And they threw a
Actually,
ball.
Eric, the Pitt is a funny story, interesting story. So the West Virginia quarterback actually came from USC.
Right, he
JT
did.
Daniels went to Georgia after the current Pitt quarterback took his position at USC because of his injury, and he was a fresh. It was a true freshman. He got the start, and he didn't relinquish the offense to him. Daniels came back from his injury, and he didn't get. He never got a chance to get back into the starting lineup. He went into the portal, went to Georgia. He went there to fight with who was it quarterback? Is it Stinnett or whatever like that? What's the
Yeah,
quarterback at
yeah,
currently at Georgia?
yeah.
He
That's
battled
him.
with him, but he sat out the 2 years. So this year, so he went back into the transfer portal again. That's how he ended up at West Virginia. So funny enough, in the head to head, Keaton yet again beat him again. As you know, saying like I say, he took a starting position at USC and then went and now saying it just so happened both of them ended up playing against each other yesterday. And Slovis went ahead and dispatched him, took care of him last night. So it happens like a
Yeah, this was a good game, man. Like I say, West Virginia went up 7-3. Pitt only scored a field goal in the very beginning, and Pitt had to try and come from behind already, start the game off. You see Pitt, West Virginia throwing perfect balls out there, giving them opportunity, giving them receiving only opportunities. But look at the
the
turnovers.
fumble.
First game turnovers. We'll do it to you every time. Turnovers.
Leslie, they
Get
lied to
you.
you this year.
Okay, learn something new every day. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you find it's a lot of the you're gonna see a lot of new faces. Up back, right back turnover. Look at that. Turnover back to back. West Virginia got the turnover, and then Pitt gets the turnover on West Virginia. Um, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of people that was in the transfer portal playing with different teams this year. A lot. We know they talking about 4 of them already. Dylan Gabriel, we know Caleb Williams, we know Spencer Rattler. Like it's a few, just off the top that transferred. And that's just quarterbacks, not to say the rest of the people. He powers
Yeah,
himself in to get
because the wide receiver last year left Pitt to go to USC in the
right.
transfer portal. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a good. I hope all that is gonna be all it's cracked up to be once it's all said and done.
Right.
But like you just said something interesting, Bishop. As I was just listening, um, Spencer Rattler. Like I know we
Right.
clown around and saying joke and stuff when we talking about him
South Carolina
and
Gamecock.
saying him being trash and all that type of stuff. But in
Right.
all honesty, do you think that he's going to be successful? He's going to help out the Gamecocks, or what was the problem in his game that gave Caleb Williams opportunity, especially after having a great year the year before, coming back a Heisman hopeful, or was it pressure? What do you think?
I mean, I think it was partly pressure, as well as the fact that he blocked the punt. You saw that West Virginia blocked the punt against Pitt. Special teams is special teams for a reason. They call them special for a reason. Caleb Williams, I mean, Spencer Rattler is a good quarterback, man. I'm not gonna lie. I hate things happen the way they did for him because I thought he was gonna be the future of the Sooners. However, he powered himself right on into the end zone for another West Virginia score. But he just did so bad versus Texas, man. He had a poor showing in Texas. It looked like Texas had got underneath their skin or whatever, and they
Mm-hmm.
figured it out. And it looked like they did some very good scouting. Texas looked like they did some very good scouting on Spencer Rattler, and because they knew everything in which he was going to do in that game, and therefore they had his number. And then Caleb Williams came in and turned the game around and got us the win in the what is it, Red River Shootout.
Wherever shootout.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, man. I think he gonna do fine out there in South Carolina. I really do. I think he'll probably be.
Ooh, he
He'll
facing
probably be.
SEC teams now.
Yeah. He definitely which he was gonna do anyway. Which he was gonna do anyway.
No, I
Being
think he would have already been gone. I think
yeah.
he had a good. Actually, you know what? I think had he had a good season last year, you think he would have still been in the NFL? I mean, you think he would have still been in college, or you think he would have went ahead and took it and went to the NFL?
I think he probably would have. I don't know because the NIL, man, the NIL doing all these things, that
You
gives college
don't have to
players
jump
more.
ahead, yeah.
Right, that gives him an opportunity to stay an extra year, and depending on how he fared, it depending on how well he did, if he'd have stayed the starter and how well he did, and how far Oklahoma would went, and what they were looking at him as far as a draft pick is concerned. Ooh, that boy took the sideline like he wasn't nothing, and then that would have probably determined whether or not he would have, declare for the draft. Because again, when it's all said and done, depending on how everybody's looking at you and what they think of you, is going to determine whether or not how far you are, or how far down or how far up you are on the draft. And so, yeah, I think it's a good idea for him to go stay stay in college another year. I'm telling you, West Virginia, them boys was not playing, man. I'm telling y'all, West Virginia was not playing. These boys was giving giving Pitt the problem. That's how Pitt fans were all night. All night they were like that, bro. Because West Virginia was giving them boys the business. Look at it, it's 24-24, the fourth quarter. Look, these boys were doing it, man. These boys I told her they should have upset Pitt, man. They should have upset Pitt. I was mad because I was like, I got it right, baby. I knew it, but they didn't. They did not. Oh man, these boys, they was hitting on all cylinders, man. They can't stop the run. Look at that boy. Man, them boys was balling. Pitt West Virginia took the lead again, but Pitt came back and went ahead and start winning, man. It is what it is.
So of course tonight, the top marquee game from the night, Western Michigan faces off against Michigan State. Number 15 ranked Michigan State has an opportunity to secure that ranking, at least for this week. Facing off against Michigan State. Actually, let me go pull back so I can see what the other teams are at, honestly. Let me see, pull it up so we can see what the other games are, because there might be some hidden gems in there. Hold on, let me open it up.
West Virginia might make some noise this season. Absolutely, Leslie. That pick six was the game breaker in the fourth quarter. It was huge. It was huge. Oh boy, is that the one? No, I think this game. This was a good one too, man. Penn State and Purdue. When I say these guys played their heart out, bro, Purdue played their heart out, man. Purdue played their heart out, and that was a game I said I didn't pick Purdue to beat Penn State. I didn't think Purdue was going to come in here, but that's that rival game. That young man right there had a game of his life, man. I think he had almost 200 yards receiving for Purdue. Almost 200 yards, bro. This dude was balling out of control. O'Connell, the quarterback, had a great game. Penn State was just trying to, Penn State at one point was just trying to stay alive for a minute. And Purdue was steady. Purdue was steady knocking at their door. Look, they couldn't put points up at first. Boy slinging that ball. Great catch by the wide receiver on a bad throw by the quarterback, because that should have been a pick. He did make some bad throws. O'Connell did make some bad throws a couple of times, and where Pitt could have taken advantage, but that wasn't one of them right there. That definitely wasn't one of them. That's him, that young man right there. Beast mode, bro. Beast mode. When I say he was all over the field, him and O'Connell. A quick story about him. Him and O'Connell went to play high school ball together. They grew up together. They played ball together for a long time, and he transferred over. I can't think of the young man's name. I'm sure they're gonna show it here in a minute. He transferred over to Purdue so he could play with him, because they played together in high school.
Oh, okay.
So that connection is there, and you can obviously see it. Like I said, this dude had about 7 to 8 catches. I want to say almost 200 yards, 200 almost 200 yards receiving, and he had
let me see.
I think he had 2 touchdowns
for Purdue or for Penn State. For Purdue, it was. Let me see. Let me switch the team. Purdue.
Like that.
O'Connell was 29 for 58, 356 yards, 1 touchdown. The receiving, Jones had 12 receptions for 153 yards, 1 touchdown.
I think that was Jones. Is that his name? Is his name Jones? I thought it was something else.
O'Connell was the quarterback.
Yeah, I know O'Connell was the quarterback, but is his name Jones? Maybe the wide receiver name is Jones.
Yeah,
It was because I think he had the most receptions. This dude was like, I think he set up.
12.
I think he set a Purdue.
Charlie Jones.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. I think he set a Purdue record at the university for most receptions in a game
Yeah,
or
senior.
some senior. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this boy, he was. Ooh, look at the fumble. Look at the
Yeah.
fumble. Turnovers, bro. Turnovers. You see, Penn State is up. Penn State is up 14-10. No doubt. They up. But again, the Boilermakers were not going away. They were not. Look at this. He just breaks the tackle and go off to the races, baby. They're not gonna catch him. The big man rumbles, tumbles, and fumbles all the way to the end zone, baby. All the way to the end zone. Then Penn State. Look, Penn State. I would say at one point you thought they were gonna run away with it. There you go, right there. That's him. That's the young man right there. Charlie Jones. Yeah, Charlie Jones. That's him. That's him. Charlie Jones. That boy. When I say he was killing it. Oh, look at the clock. The clock was expired. You saw that? Now that's another thing, Trey. That's Charlie Jones again. That's him again. Oh, no, that's Brock Thompson. That's somebody else. That ain't him. That's another thing that they talked about all night, and that was across the spectrum. These officials missing major calls, man. Major calls that you can obviously see. Like just now, we saw the play clock had expired. It was on zeros, and the ball had not been hiked. They did not call it. Pass interference, a few pass interference calls that they did not call. They just let clear pass interference. And look, they can't tackle. That's poor tackling. Poor tackling. He broke 3 tackles. He shouldn't have broke those 3 tackles. Linebacker had to come get him. Clear pass interference, and he still could not. Look at him rumbling, tumbling, stumbling. These big tight ends, man. They showing face, baby. They showing face. These big tight ends. They getting in the game. They showing face, man. Here you go. Here's to his main dude again. Look how much time the quarterback had back in the end zone. Back in the end zone. Look at the score. 24-21. Going third quarter. These boys was, when I say they was battling, Trey, great defense right after that major score. I saw that. That was big stop right there by Trice Jr. He did his thing. Fourth quarter. Look at it. The score is 21-24. My God. I don't miss that. 24-21. Purdue. Well, Purdue was up 24-21. Purdue was up at that time, I think. And when I say Penn State got off by the skin of their chinny chin chin, man. Not Purdue, but Penn State got off by the scare of their by the hair off their chinny chin chin. It was close, man. It was a good game. Like Eric said, it was some great games last night, man. If you was able to watch them, I got up late to watch some games. I ain't gonna front. I woke up at like 2 something because I couldn't go to sleep.
And to watch the recap.
This was the one I was watching. This one, Penn State and Purdue. I was watching this one. That's how I know how it ended, because I was like, oh man, I was like, oh man, Purdue's finna upset Penn State. Purdue finna upset Penn State, and Penn State they stuck around, man. They stuck around and was able to make some plays, man. Look at this, bad tackling, and he's off. He's gone. He's in. He's in, bro. These boys, Penn State take the lead. They try to change it up. They couldn't find Purdue. At one point couldn't find stuff to do, because I want to say Purdue kicked the ball to Penn State like 3 times in the fourth quarter toward the end. They couldn't move the ball for whatever reason. It's as though Penn State had figured them out and they couldn't move the ball. And look at that horrible throw. And watch this. Can he go all the way? Yes, he can. He will take it to the house for 70-something yards for a touchdown. That young man threw up all on the sideline afterwards. Chris Jefferson, he threw up all over. You can tell he gave his all, bro. He threw up on the sideline. Look at that. Did you see that catch? Purdue was not going away. Purdue was not going away, man. They were not. Look, they up 31-28 with 3 minutes left. Throwing that ball, playing. This is when I was like, oh, Purdue got a chance to upset Penn State, man. Like, look at this. They got it. Couldn't do it. Had to punt. Man, mad stiff arm and goes down the sideline. Here it comes, baby. Here it comes. You see it's 123. Here it comes. Look at that. Pump fake. Hits the big tight end. Boom. Rumbling, tumbling, bumbling. And here is the dagger. There it is.
Oh
Boop.
my.
Wide open. They sent the blitz. He came from the blitz side. The running back Von Lee came from the blitz side. And that was it, baby. Oh, and here comes this play. This is the play I was talking about. Or is it this one? Oh, no. This ain't it. That's a huge sack that he should not have taken. That was a rookie mistake right there by O'Connell. That's not a sack you should take. But watch it. They're gonna get the ball. That was a good one. That's old boy Jones again, Charlie Jones. That's him again. But nope. That's the next play. He has to get out of bounds. I don't know why he slides. That was dumb. Get out of bounds. You only had one timeout. They had to take it. And then watch this. Here you go. Check it out. Oh no, that's the sack. Oh no, that's the other game. That's the ball game. That's not this game. That's the other game I was thinking about. I still got the games mixed up. But yeah, as you can see, Penn State jumps on the win.
35-31.
There you have it, baby.
So of course he said
hey man, leave me alone, man. Let me have my shine, baby. Eric, let me have my shine, man.
So of course what you got to what you got going on. September, basically, I mean not September, Friday the second.
Today's game, right?
Yeah, today's game. We know, like we said, we already discussed number 15. Michigan State would take on Western Michigan in the Spartans' home. Additionally, we have EMU versus or Eastern Kentucky University versus Eastern Michigan University. Virginia Tech will be playing at Old Dominion. William and Mary will face off against who's this? Charlotte University. Temple would do battle at Duke.
That's all tonight. All them games tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kansas will face off against TNC. Illinois will take on Indiana University, and lastly, TCU would face off against Colorado, another Pac-12 team. Let's get another W, Pac-12. And then, of course, we're not going to go into. Matter of fact, we won't do that, but we'll talk about. We'll go into the top 25 games that are scheduled for tomorrow, as we won't be on the air. Of course, tomorrow, top 25 games. Texas A&M, number 6 Texas A&M faces off against Sam Houston State. Number 13, North Carolina State faces against Eastern Carolina. That's probably not as bad as a win. That could be a potential upset. Number 23, Cincinnati faces off against number 19, Arkansas. Michigan, number 8, takes on Colorado State. Houston, number 24, Houston takes on the UTSA. Did y'all get tickets?
I don't know yet, man. I'm gonna still see if I'm sure we can get some tickets from that. I forgot about asking Chantel about that. Too so busy about this house stuff, so I forgot. I know. Excuse me. She's gonna be out of town. She's going to a game with her sisters that she was in. Not her sister, but her friends that she was in school with. So
they're going to a game
up in the Houston area. So they're going to the Prairie View.
Prairie View A&M. Okay.
Yeah.
That game. Troy, number 21, Mississippi takes on Troy. Number 25, BYU faces off against South Florida. What's Miami's rank? But Miami takes on Bethune-Cookman. What else? Miami, Ohio face off against number 20, Kentucky. Number 7, Utah faces off against Florida. Wisconsin against Illinois State. Number 2, Ohio State takes on number 5, Notre Dame. Number 10, Baylor, I think, faces off against Albany. Who else?
Team. Number 9, Oklahoma faces off against UTEP, which we finna thrash. Number 11, Oregon faces number 3, Georgia. That is definitely going to be the game. Number 4, Clemson goes to Georgia Tech to play. And then Utah faces off, of course, against number 1 ranked Alabama. That is the top 25 right there.
No, it's not. See, you know what? The disrespect. Number 14, USC faces off against
Rice. Because y'all playing Rice.
Y'all playing?
We playing somebody better than Rice. Yes, we're playing somebody better than y'all.
No.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. UTEP is better than Rice.
Y'all playing the Imglo Select.
Man, that's y'all playing high school team. Y'all playing a high school team. Rice is a high school team. They're just they're 7A. 8A. That's all they is. Rice is 8. They 7 and 8A. That's who y'all playing, man. Stop it. Put some respect on that Pac-12. What, Anthony?
Thank you,
What?
Anthony.
For what,
you gotta
Anthony?
understand.
What am I putting respect on, Anthony? What? And you know what? I forgot to mention this. Talking about the trash Pac-12. I forgot. The fact of the matter is that I forgot. Yeah, trash. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I forgot that my boom Sooners thrashed the Oregon Ducks here in the Alamo Dome. Ain't that the Pac-12? Yeah, thrashed them Oregon Ducks. Talking about don't put some. Why don't we respect y'all got the nerve to talk about my Sooners and they thrashed the Oregon Ducks in the Alamo Bowl here. I was mad because I couldn't make it because I had COVID. That was.
How many times? How many times has USC walloped Oklahoma?
Yeah, they have not. It has not been that many times.
It has not been recently. It hasn't been
recently. It's been years.
They haven't played. Yeah, they haven't even played each other recently. Hold on. How many times
has the Pac-12 team walloped anybody in the Big 12? That's the question. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Texas Longhorns thrashed USC for a national championship.
For one, it wasn't a thrashing. It was a thrashing. Had we got that first down on 4th and 2, we could have won the game.
We all be drunk. If it was a fifth, we all be drunk, but you don't drink. But anyway, it's the thing. Y'all, Pac-12 trash. And you come in with that. You know Pac-12 is trash, bro. Don't come in here with that nonsense, bro. But that is your top 25 games for this Saturday and Friday. How many top 25? Who was it? Was there any ranked games tonight?
One, just the Michigan State game.
Michigan State and Western Michigan. That's it.
That's it.
I see it.
That is all.
Okay. Which Michigan's going to win that? Michigan State. My upset game for this weekend for y'all, so y'all know. I want to put it out here now because I almost picked 2 yesterday, and they was both close by one. One was by a touchdown, the other one's by like 5 points. But either way, my upset pick for this weekend is going to be Florida going to upset Utah. I think I said that already.
Mm-hmm. You said
Florida going to upset. Yeah, Florida going to upset Utah. And is there another one even to attempt? That UTSA and that old Houston game is going to be good, I think. I don't know if it's going to be an upset, though. That might be all I can see right now. What do you think about the Cincinnati and Arkansas game? Being Cincinnati ranked 23-19, Arkansas, do you think Cincinnati can upset Arkansas and get back on that run they was on last year?
I would like to say that, but I haven't seen what Cincinnati. Of course, Ritter left, and he took Ritter all 4 years to get to his point to where he was even a formidable. So just from the paper standpoint, I would sit up and give him. It's not going to be an upset.
Okay.
Yeah, just from the paper standpoint, it's not going to be an upset, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I definitely don't see Oregon beating Georgia. So yeah, only upset I got is Florida to upset Utah. I think the Gators gonna come out and punch Utah in the mouth and get that dub.
I take it.
Take it. Yeah, I think that's the only
anything to get it. Anything to move us up the rankings.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I feel you on that one. Yeah. I feel you on that one. Y'all got it right.
Hell, that helps y'all. That helps y'all out too.
Oh yeah. We need. Well, Ohio State and Notre Dame game ain't gonna matter.
That's gonna. I think it'll help y'all more than it help. No, it's not because they're too high.
Yeah,
it's not. It has to be a complete and utter blowout in order to sit up and help anybody. Be effectively help anyone because worst case is if it's a close game and Ohio State drops, they're gonna probably drop to number 5 and or Notre Dame and move to number 4 or number 3 or something. Yeah. So
because it's Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia. Who's 4? 4 is
number 4 is Clemson.
Clemson, and then Notre Dame is 5. That's right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they could possibly depending on how Georgia Tech plays Clemson. If Georgia Tech make it a close game between UTSA, I'm not mad at that. Anthony. I'm not because I'm telling y'all now. I say that's gonna be a good game. If I get an opportunity to go check that game out, I'm gonna go. But I'm not. Arkansas is about to meet Cincinnati. I got Utah beating Florida tonight. They don't play tonight. They play tomorrow.
Yeah, play tomorrow. Yeah.
Arkansas is about to meet Cincinnati. That's why I was asking Trey. Arkansas's got a good squad. They do. They got a good squad this year. Had a decent squad. They had a good decent squad last year too. Arkansas, of course, they are in the top 25. But so is Cincinnati. They up there both back end of it, the 19th and 21st.
Cincinnati gets dropped out of the top 25
if they lose
tomorrow. Yeah,
if they lose, they definitely out of the top 25. That's going to put all those other teams that's like 26 and up going to be able to fall in. Texas, I think Texas was ranked 27th. I want to say 27th, 28th. So Texas will probably bust the top 25 if any of those higher teams. Rice beat Rice beating USC by 4 points.
You know what?
Oh,
2 years ago, I would have believed that to be true, Anthony, but not anymore, brother. Not anymore.
Wow. He's on this Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams.
USC is Matthew Addison is like a lot. It's more than them.
Hey, bro,
we have a treasure trove of players.
He act like they've got saviors over there now.
We do now. They can change. Actually, we can become the Southern California Saviors at this point.
Oh my God, this dude here, man.
That's right. Y'all hear it here first.
He gonna be mad at Lincoln and Caleb after a while. What? He gonna be mad at Lincoln and Caleb after a while. Again, but then again, he may not. It's the Pac-12, man. The WAC-12. The WAC-12, man. Like, come on, man. They should run the table over there. To be honest, it's the WAC-12.
Utah and Oregon, I must admit, are ranked above us for now.
They are,
and both of them might take an L.
I said that Utah gonna take an L from Florida. I said that already.
Well, Oregon plays against Georgia.
Georgia, yeah. So Georgia, yeah. So Oregon gonna take an L too. So that's moving. See, that's his hopes right there. That's where he's looking. He know both of them has a great chance of losing this weekend. So he's looking at that. We
could potentially be in the top 10, if not at least the top 13 by Monday morning.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All we gotta do is take care of our
business. At 10, because right now the 10 Baylor is 10 right
Baylor
now.
10, yeah.
So Baylor
with everyone up in, like you said, the couple of teams that's in front, you know what I'm saying, the possibility.
The Notre Dames and Ohio State.
Notre Dame's, Ohio State. We just talked about Florida. Utah if they play against Florida, which that could be a potential upset. Then you got
Georgia Tech,
Clemson and Georgia Tech, which could possibly Georgia Tech will pull an upset. Then you got Oregon and Georgia, like all those are potential upsets, or saying a couple of upsets and possibly and one at the top and one and those teams losing, which all four of those teams that are ranked that play each other are ahead of us, which potentially can drop them down. But like I said, we can move up at least if we take care of business like we're supposed to. We can move up at least 2 spots just for GP. So, but again, gotta take care of business. Can't go in there and lose by 4 points.
Business first.
Or like a don't worry about what the next man doing. Just worry about what you're doing. Everything else will fall in place.
That part, bro. That part.
So yeah, plenty going on. Where we gonna go next? Oh, let's talk some NBA. Yes, some NBA before we get into this NFL. In the NBA, if you wasn't checking and looking yesterday,
here we go.
Utah is making moves, bruh. Utah
making they moves, bro.
I'm saying evidently they ain't done. Like these cats is like not. Who is over there as AGM? Utah and Cleveland strike a deal, bringing Donovan Mitchell, sending Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland for forward Lauri Markkanen, rookie Ochoa Agbaji, guard Colin Sexton, as well as a 25, 27, and 29, 2025, 27, 29 unprotected first round picks, as well as the 2026 and 2028 pick swap. Additionally, Colin Sexton did sign a 4 year, $72 million extension, signing trade for it to make the deal happen. At this point, Utah has compiled 13 first-round draft picks between now and over the next 7 years, between now and 2029, as well as added two 2022 picks in Obaji and Kessler, who they got from Minnesota. So now that puts Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland with Darius Garland, as well as Jared Allen, and oh man, his name slips me at this time. Last year's runner-up for Rookie of the Year. Oh, he's a former Trojan. What is his name? What is the name?
I can't believe them trades took place, man. I really didn't see Donovan Mitchell leaving. I know they were doing a lot of talks about Donovan leaving.
Evan Mobley. Yes.
Evan Mobley. That's it.
Yes. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I know they were
Anthony
doing
said you Jazz robbed Cleveland.
Yeah.
Why would it takes two? It takes two. Y'all, we can't say Jazz robbed anybody. It takes two. You gotta think they ain't robbed nobody if they got away with it from Minnesota and Utah. I mean and Cleveland. But go ahead, Bishop. In no way.
I didn't see that happening, bro. I thought Donovan was gonna stay in Utah. I didn't see him getting traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers of all teams. I didn't see that.
I thought he was still possible going to New York after the fact. It just New York was just gonna have to give up and do what they had to do. But and yesterday I seen the discuss of Stephen A. Smith being a New York Knicks fan and is wondering like how does this happen? A day after R.J. Barrett gets signed, like 2 days later, Donovan goes to Cleveland. It's crazy. And so even when you look at it, so supposedly what happened is what the debacle was is that New York started asking for too much, Utah started asking for too much from New York. And supposedly that was what the problem was and why he didn't end up going to Cleveland. Suppose they changed the plans and they wanted to include Quentin Grimes in the trade with R.J. Barrett as well to acquire Donovan Mitchell. Of course, New York decided that that wasn't what they were going to do.
They re-signed Barrett.
And so so they re-signed Barrett, which they still could have did it. It just would have been a lot of money. It would have been a lot of assets going about, but assets. But so what ended up happening is New York countered and said they would have sent Emmanuel Quickly to instead of Quentin Grimes, in which Utah came back and said yes, they'd take Emmanuel Quickly, but they wanted 3 unprotected first round picks as part of the package as well. But New York was only looking to do a third round pick that included a top 25 protection. Instead of going and doing a completely unprotected, in which Utah was not open for that, because one of the protections that they would have got, or one of the draft picks that they basically would have got, would have been sending them Milwaukee's 2025 first round pick, as well as 2 second round picks in the pick swaps. But of course, in all that, because New York would have still had to do stuff because they would have needed to move even Fournier. So they would have had to find another team and be able to move even Fournier to get off the books because they owe him $37 million. So it was a lot of pieces and stuff that was moving around. But ultimately, so they had to fall out. New York had to fall out, and it just didn't come into to fruition. And now Donovan Mitchell is going on to Cleveland. Now is in a position now. Do you think Cleveland has just moved into for a good position? You know what? The East is getting stronger. I would say that the East is getting stronger.
That part.
The East is getting stronger.
The East is trying to make a run, boy.
Yeah, the East is getting stronger.
To make a run, boy.
It's like all the players in the West are getting older, while the East is getting stronger and younger.
That part.
I still got the Lakers though. But in any case, yes, that is going on. Additionally, other NBA news: Hall of Famer Dirk Nowitzki had his jersey retired in a whole country. Dirk Nowitzki's jersey has been retired in Germany, making him have a retired jersey in 2 continents, not countries, 2 continents. Bishop, what do you think of that when you look at a talent like as far as Dirk? And we gonna get into some a little bit. I got another question for you. Matter of fact, don't even worry about that question, Bishop. Just give me a second. We gonna come back to something. See, I'll tell you these damn nuggets, man. I mean not nuggets, these damn nets. But anyway, the G League is trying something out as they are adapting the Elam ending, which has been made very famous by the TBT, the basketball tournament that that's played every year, the $1 million basketball tournament, the TBT. So the G League is adapting that Elam ending to use in overtimes. Basically, the Elam ending is end state is there's a certain number that's selected, and the teams play from that number. So, of course, if it's an overtime, that means the teams are tied. So it might be the first to 15 or something like that type aspect to determine overtime the victory, as opposed to going a battle against time. It's basically a battle against your opposition. I don't know how that's going to fare out. I'm thinking about as I sit here and listen to it. I'm thinking about imploring that into my intramural program. That might be something to do as opposed to if there's teams, because usually you give a 2 minute, a 5 minute overtime or 2 minute overtime. Instead, I might use the Elam ending and just make it where
Elam
now.
ending?
Yeah.
Explain that one again. How does it work?
So so in the TBT, what happens is at 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, or the second half, or whatever how they do it. At the 4 minutes in the last playing quarter of the game, they cut the clock off and they add 8 points to the highest score. So if a team is down, if the teams are playing and the score is currently 57 to 60, then they cut the clock off at 4 minutes, and now the teams have to play to 68, and the first one to 68 wins. So of course the team that was losing 57 to 60 at the time, they basically they have to score 11 points to win the game, as opposed to the 8 points that the team that was in the league has to score to win the game. And so basically
How does that make sense though? How is that? That's like
it makes for competition. It makes for excitement, and in some cases, the team that was losing has came back to win the game. So I'm thinking about imploring that and using that in because it's going to be a little different for overtime, because obviously both teams are already tied. So basically, it's the first to whatever the score is, to where it could be as opposed to going with time, it can be a bit exciting to watch. As you were saying, if you sit up and if the team is like the first to 15 wins and going back up and down the court, it can get real. So definitely something which I might try out.
I guess that's different.
Yeah, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Some people might not, especially if you're always on the losing end of it, but it might be something I might implore and try out.
I don't know if you should implore it though, because you about to have everybody fighting you.
That's
all right. What kind of nonsense is that?
And you know what? I'm gonna be like, I'll pull out my MOI and be like, this is what I wrote and this is what I made. I deemed it necessary. I bet it'll be no difference. Like, call it.
I mean, it makes it fair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It gives everybody an opportunity. I gives both teams an opportunity. I mean, the team with the lead obviously has the advantage, but
right. You know what I'm saying?
However, we've seen stranger things happen. We've seen stranger things happen.
And basically, in my realm, I can always, if it's not working, I can always just call a meeting with and be like, okay, we're gonna go back to regular the minute one and go from there. So, getting to those Nets, brother. So it has been signed off on by Odin Polynice, as he has alluded to. I think it was something we talked about before, but now he has confirmed it. What was the beginning of the turmoil between guard Kyrie Irving and coach Steve Nash? It has been confirmed that in front of everybody, I'm not going to say everybody. All y'all's. You know what I'm saying? With all the Southern draw we can give.
What's that from, Trey? Everybody. All y'all.
What is that from?
It was done in the classroom. Young man said, everybody, all y'all from Africa.
What?
He was like, we all from Africa. Everybody, all y'all.
Was that off of Boys in the Hood?
Yep.
Trey.
Exactly. Exactly.
When you say oh yo, we all from Africa, I was like, you know, saying you African booty snatcher? Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah. African booty snatcher. Yeah, and then he popped him.
Yep.
Yeah. So everybody
out there in Cali too.
It's in front of everyone. Basically, Kyrie Irving told Steve Nash he needed to give those MVP trophies back to Kobe Bryant. He didn't deserve them. So he really did say that.
Ooh.
How do you say that to your head coach and expect everything to be cool?
That is disrespectful.
That's utterly and utmost disrespectful.
That is very disrespectful.
What do y'all be doing in Brooklyn?
That's what we doing in Brooklyn.
That's that New York-ish. That's how y'all get down.
No,
that's how y'all get down to New York.
No, that ain't that. Kyrie, he know he
I've
wrong.
Never been to New York,
wow. I'm with you.
I've never been to New York, and I've always heard how rude and stuff like that. So it's those things are true.
There's rudeness there, but Kyrie was so wrong for that. You don't do that, man. Steve Nash is a veteran, definitely a game changer. Them fighting words in there. So I'm with you, Eric. South, I'm with you. I'm so with you, Eric. Them in the South. South. Yeah, them definitely fighting words. I don't know why Kyrie would say something like that, obviously. But this is the thing.
He probably thought he was gonna get traded again. Players flexing.
That too, but see, doesn't KD have an issue with him too? Steve Nash?
Well, I think so. I don't think KD. I don't think KD
he wanted him gone. Remember?
Yeah. He ultimatum. It wasn't necessarily Steve Nash. He just doesn't agree with Sean Marks and Steve Nash as a tandem.
Right.
So he was like, one of them needs to go or I need to go. So he doesn't like them as a tandem. That's what it was. So Steve Nash or even 1 and 2 he just didn't like them as a tandem. But wow, to say that's like, man.
That was harsh. That was very harsh. That was disrespectful. And if I was Steve Nash, I would be probably I would do everything in my power to ensure that
to get him up out of here.
He wouldn't be on the court. At practice, he'd be running with the second team.
Like, sit there
after practice, he'd be doing. I do my best, Coach Carter. How he did.
But that's going to only go so far because he's a grown man. So they'll be like, I ain't finna do.
You still got to do what but guess what? I'm getting paid to be the coach. Guess what? You either gonna do it or you gonna be on the bench, or you gonna get traded. One of the two.
So think about this, right?
I hear what you're saying, but you can't get on the court if I don't let you on the court.
I was about to say, think about how many times was you disrespected from one of your soldiers, and these are grown people. Like the only thing that helps is the doctrine in which we utilize. And sometimes people be like, I don't give a damn about that doctrine, and they be like, I'm not doing it. And so then you got to go, of course, take care. Like I said, I had a soldier that told me, I'm not coming into anything. I'm going to help my husband. And I had to sit up and write him up. And I wrote him on up out the military.
Yep.
To sit up and say, okay, not a problem. So, so some people believe.
Yeah. Some don't believe fat meat greasy. Yeah. Some people don't believe fat meat greasy. Yeah.
That a cook would know that, but evidently,
of course,
she didn't. Or maybe she's always soft. Maybe she's always sweet. That's what
she might have done. She saw the eyes. That's what it was. She saw the eyes.
She thought it was sweet. It's like,
this old pretty-eyed fool. I can get over on him.
Man. I was like, you know what? Because when she said it, I was like, whoo! I almost dropped my phone. I was like, I couldn't get off the phone quick enough to start texting. Like, first, sorry, this damn soldier to sit up and then she hung up in my face and did not answer the phone back. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, them the ones you want to put hands on. Them the
ones you want to put hands on. With the drag.
Them the ones you want to put hands on. Lord, like Mondial, Lord have mercy.
And so, but what helped her was she was a female, because I'd had a situation before where I'd had a soldier try me like that. And when I said what I said,
He didn't do nothing but write up, and then
I wrote her up. Like I said, she got
he wrote up.
She put her out.
Yeah,
I wrote her up.
Eric.
That was it. I had no choice. I had to do that.
But
she
you
was like,
to put hands on them.
Oh yeah, because like matter of fact, I was just telling Jack the other day, like, yo, I had a soldier that stood up and he was lying to me in my face, and I knew he was lying, and he continued to lie. And I stood up, and all I heard was I said something to him. Next thing you know, I heard my first sergeant get her stuff, and I heard the door close. It was just me and the soldier left in the building.
Oof.
I was like, soldier, lie to me again. And once I hear that, all I heard is, I heard the keys, I heard the door lock, and I heard the gate, and the next door lock closed, and it was just me and the soldier in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And but when I heard all that put me back in the right mind frame. Like, don't touch this soldier, Sergeant Amir, don't drag this dude. So it put me back in my right mind frame. But if that hadn't broke up that thought frame, oh man, he had pushed them buttons. Them buttons he had been pushed. They had already been pushed. Mm-hmm. I was about to close my door, and it was just gonna be me and him in that little 6x6 room. Mm-hmm. And I was like, he was like, Sergeant Amir. He was like, I'm not lying. I was like, you are. I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? But just think about that when that's a player. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the NCO, you are the soldier. I'm the head coach, you are the player.
Right.
Yeah. So just imagine, like, he to tell you that you should give back. That's like saying you should give that Audie Murphy because so-and-so deserves it.
Yeah.
Or
remember when Kanye did that to old girl?
Yeah, to Taylor Swift. Was it Taylor Swift?
Yeah, mm-hmm. Taylor. It says it should go to Beyonce.
Yeah, on why she just accepted the award?
Yeah, national TV, on national TV, in front of everybody, all y'all, in front of everybody, all y'all. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe Kyrie did something like that. That shows about it tells you a lot about his character. Type of person he is for you to do something like that, man. That is not something a team would probably look for in a player, for him to be disrespectful to the head coach like that, of that nature. But of course, we of course that's just one side of the story. We don't know what
very funny. Oh my god.
We don't know what Steve Nash said to Kyrie to have that comment come out.
I wonder was Kyrie drunk. See, I don't drink, so I don't know. Dude, so I'm asking a question because I don't drink, so I don't know. Does things? No, that was at a party. It was a get together at Steve Nash's house. He said it at this man's house. He told him.
You a dirty dog. You a real dirty dog. Oh, you was real dirty. Oh, you was so dirty. This was at a party. Oh, I thought this was it was a
party. It was at either Steve Nash's house or it was Odin Polynice's home. But it was at a home, one of their homes, in which there was a get together, and Kyrie said that.
Oh wow. Okay, so if that's the case, then of course, it might have been some liquid courage and being passed around.
And that's why I was about to ask. Does that really happen? Does that happen? When people get a little intoxicated, come out
under the influence of alcohol. That's why some people. That's why I said what I said in regards to liquid courage. Certain things in which you would not normally say when you get that liquid in your system, you will say things that you normally wouldn't say.
And but it's what you thinking, basically.
Yeah, it's a lot of times the truth. That's what it's the truth. But true serum. Yeah, true serum. But you won't say it normally. But because you got the alcohol in your system going through your veins, you don't give a damn. You don't care. You don't care because you're feeling good. I'm right. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, Steve. And this has been on my mind for a long time, and I've been wanting to tell you. And now that Kobe gone, God rest him, may he rest in peace. Let me tell you, like I want to tell you right now, you don't deserve them MVPs. You should have. They all should go to Kobe. God, let him rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, take him off your mantle and just send him to Kobe's wife. You just do that. You know, we all, That's all for the big play factor.
I know we tend to sit up and do a little enactment. Can you imagine seeing if it was at Steve Nash's house and he was intoxicated and he walked over to the case where the man is like, I'm just going to take these and go drop them off to Vanessa. I'm gonna go drop him
Dude,
off to Vanessa myself.
bruh, you already know it was,
Oh
bro,
my
man.
goodness.
That's
Oh, hit
crazy.
Him with that Chun Li.
Yeah, yeah, the
The
Chung Lee.
100 hand slap.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, bro, that
yeah.
is
It could. Yeah.
disrespectful.
So being that it was done at the party, it's possible that alcohol could have been involved, and that caused him to say some things that he might not wish he had said. Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. Now, I thought that was done in practice. I didn't know. I
It was
didn't
at
know
the
that.
part. It was at a get together.
Oh, okay. Then he has somewhat. If alcohol played a factor, now I don't know, and we
But
don't know.
does that get a pass? Does alcohol do you get a pass when you do stuff that's when you're intoxicated?
Do soldiers get a pass for doing stuff
Oh
like
hell
that?
no! You already know what happened. You know how it's going down.
Okay.
48-56
There it is. There it is. Do soldiers get passes? Do you give a
actions.
hold on? But let me ask you this: do you give a soldier? Do you, as an NCO, did you give a soldier a pass for being late for formation or being late for Cook's Mount because they was drunk the night before?
So I didn't put it on paper, but I handled it.
You gave him
I
you
handled
gave
it.
him a verbal, right?
Yeah, they got
Probably a
a
verbal.
yeah, they got a verbal, and then
Yeah.
they sit up and then we might have been something where it's like, okay, you gonna stay how many minutes you was late,
Huh?
you gonna stay additionally after that.
What
So
happened?
so that was basically how it went down over a case like that. So for me, that basically was how I handled it. If like you said, Cooks Mount, soldiers late running in the door, depending on how late they were, we wised up and did that. Like, oh, you know, saying get in. If it was consistent and they were a habitual line stepper, then of course it was probably that's when we put it on paper, and it wasn't no verbal. We just put it on paper and then write course of actions so it get done. So I mean that was different. Say, see, so it's definitely different ways in it, but you're saying that's other in the remote disrespect, in which I wouldn't think. I mean, but at that point, if you don't have a respect for a person, that goes like relationship. It go a lot of stuff. At some point, when you lose respect for a person and you just say what you want to say and do what you want to do and don't have any take any have any like a complete governor's off at that point, it's like if you just doing that and he just said that. I mean, voice your opinion, but to voice it out in front of everybody is one thing. That means, in my opinion, that was meant to be disrespectful. Um, if you that could have been a conversation in uh, within in between him in the office or something like that. There's a whole bunch of different ways that could have been done, even if he wanted to voice his opinion. But in state, supposedly he did it, and that started the whole rift in everything going forward. But maybe they can get past it. Maybe they're able to get past it. Look forward. You know, what I'm saying they're grown individuals. Maybe they can make moves to put them in a position to where now it's no longer that factor. So, as we said, stranger things have happened. Uh, you know what, Eric? That's a good question. I think he is. I think he just is. It might be a millennial thing to where it's just different thoughts. Well, I think we're in a day and age. You got to think as we was growing up and stuff like that. We did as we was told. If our parents told us to do something, we did something, and we usually there was no question on what it was that we was told to do. We just went and executed, or we got in trouble, or had to face stuff for not doing it. I think kids nowadays is a little bit different, and so if we don't apply that mentality to the kids that we have nowadays and growing up, then you get to where they believe they can question everything, and they can, and then everything is a possibility for them to have a decision in, and they don't have to execute when they're given tasks. They think about it and have they want to argue back and forth if it should happen, why it shouldn't happen, what can be a better one, and all that type of stuff. It's like him and AB acting out for attention. Uh, True. I mean, that's a good one. I don't drink, so but I can see how that will work or whatever case like that. But like I was about to say, of course, a little bit off the topic of sports, it was a joint that was out there where the parents was like, "Hey, this person's kid, this person just said something, so we about to have an altercation," and they start telling them, "Get your stuff on. They have a kid, and I want you to beat the kid up." Not not condoning it for the most part, but so stuff like that happens. So there's like it's the kid coming up, hey, get your stuff. And some of these kids, like I look at it as back in the day, some of these kids' parents, if this had been said, some of these people would have been like, hey, okay, saying go get it. But some of these kids is like, no, I'm not doing that. Or all that. Some of the kids was with it, ready to ride. Other kids was telling, I'm not doing that. No, or worst case like that. Of course, some kids showed that they were scared and they didn't want to fight. So it's crazy. Saying that stuff goes on though. Now we have, saying got to the point to where everyone has a decision and it doesn't make a difference who is telling you to do what. Just go do it. And so that it's the same thing now. Once I look at it with sports, it's the same thing. If you determine that you don't want to do it for the most part, especially for these grown individuals, they don't tend to do it. They're not going to do it. Moving into the NFL in this last bit of the hour, 45 minutes. Injuries. It's injuries. So the injury teams here and there when you look at it, in which it has a couple of things that happened of late. A couple of things that happened of late. Um, players are being taking L's. Philadelphia's left tackle Andre Dillard suffered a fractured arm in practice. Dillard isn't like a key player. However, he is the primary he was the primary backup to their top two left tackles, the left and the right tackle. So now he is out with the fracture. They don't know yet. They have to run a couple more tests to see. Actually, it's a fractured forearm that he suffered in practice yesterday. They have to run a couple more tests to be able to determine and see what his time out will be. In which you think about it, if it's a situation to where could he play with the fracture? Of course, not early in it because it's still fresh. And the position he's going to be in, you already know how to get it. It goes down in them trenches. With it being known that he was injured and they see him on that field, they're going to apply pressure. I can see the chopping, pushing, and all that type of stuff just causes more damage. So I don't foresee him coming back anytime soon. A huge blow to the Tennessee Titans as they lose their top defensive player, outside linebacker, Harold Landry, sustained a tear in his ACL yesterday while in practice. Landry now will possibly be out the whole season. Unfortunate situation for the Tennessee Titans. Even more so, unfortunate situation for those who have drafted their defense because now he's probably going to not be. He's not going to be on it. Now it's time to make moves. I'm very sure it's being dropped. I need to go take a look at mine because he is drafted in one of my leagues. To where now it can be detrimental to him. Another injury, but this injury is crazy when you look at it. Arizona, unfortunate injury, freak accident, as we can say. Arizona safety Alex Hamilton, excuse me, I'm sorry. Alex Hamilton has been placed on the physically not non-football injury list, in which he's going to miss 4 games in his freak accident. So what has happened is, and we'll get back to that. Actually, we'll get back to the fracture in a second, so Bishop can talk about it a little bit. But in this case, Arizona safety Alex Hamilton had a freak accident as he suffered second-degree burns as he spilled hot cooking grease on his foot. So now he's expected to miss 4 games minimum while his foot heals from this freak accident. So funny thing, right? Like I said, I did 22 years in the military. In those 22 years, the first 7 of those 22 years was me. I was field artillery. I changed over, became quartermaster, and moved to becoming a coronary specialist. And so my first field problem or field exercise, or whatever you want to call it. My first field problem was Iraq, being in Iraq because we deployed. So that was the first time I went to the field as a culinary specialist, was being in Iraq. So while in Iraq, we have certain type of cooking vehicles. We have trailers. We have what is called a containerized kitchen, or they nicknamed it CK. And then of course what we usually cooked on is I never did that. Can I cook? And my other unit, the other you, a piece of equipment that we used was called the MKT, or a mobile kitchen trailer. So we were cooking on the mobile kitchen trailer. We're cooking UGRA, not UGRAs, the packs, to where we have to use the pack lifters.
Lifters.
Yeah, so we're cooking in boiling water. So basically, it's a meal that, you know what I'm saying, is we have to boil. So we're boiling it. Subsistence is being boiled. It's pre-cooked, and they just have to boil to reheat. So I'm cooking now using the tray pack to pick up. Not the tray pack. What's the long one with the handle where you put it? You get it on the lip and you pull it up out. I was using that. No, actually, I wasn't. I should have been using that. Or it was a tray. It was a tray one.
Tray, yeah. You pick up the tray pack.
It was a tray pack to pick up the tray pack.
T-Rats.
Yeah, T-Rats. That's basically what you call them, T-Rats. Bruh, the pack slipped and dropped back down into the boiling water, and when the boiling water dropped, it came up, and they're saying, and it went through my shirt because it was splash because I had my jacket on. I took my jacket off because it
your BD ACU jacket.
Yeah, or with DCU because we was deployed.
Oh, okay.
So I took off the DCU jacket already. I was already on there cooking without a DCU jacket, so it was just me and the t-shirt and boots and stuff. Yeah, so I'm cooking and it dropped the tray pack and splash. It comes back and it goes through my shirt. It just went through my shirt, and the water hit me on the stomach. So I'm like, oh snap! So I pull my shirt out because I'm trying to get the water. I'm still cooking. So while I'm still there cooking, I'm wondering. I was like, man, why is my stomach itching, bruh? I went out to look. All the skin
had
burnt off my stomach, and I didn't even know it. So I went over to our CP, our command post. I went to the CP to go try to get some Baxitration or something like that, because we didn't have none. I looked in our first aid kit on the MKT. They didn't have any, so I went over to where the medic was, our medic. And he didn't get what I was saying until someone said something. He's like, Sergeant Amir burnt himself, and that's when the medic came running out with his pack, like, yo, Sergeant Amir. I had burnt all that. It came right off, and so you got to take in consideration we were at a remote area, so we didn't have any hot water, and we didn't have real showers. And so it's like we turned up a water can with the nozzle on it with the shower sprinkler to take the showers, and we was boiling the water for certain people. We was boiling water. So that was like, that was a horrible situation. So I'm thinking about that from him and spilling hot grease on his foot. I could imagine what that felt like, especially if he had a sock on and had to pull that sock off. Because I had to pull the shirt off. I don't know, Bishop, if you ever had any oil.
I had that happen to me. Not oil or nothing like I'm sure you and I both got stories when it comes to the dining facility and things like that. I've seen cooks do stupid stuff, pour water in the deep fat fryer while the grease in there. That joker just boils over, or put the chicken in there frozen, and then the grease just boils all over overflows with grease all the way down the side, all over the floor. And y'all know how hard, for those that don't know, who don't cook, don't know how hard it is to get grease off the floor
when it's wet.
Oh my God. But no, what happened to me was, and this before I came in the military, Trey, I was cooking spaghetti, and I was getting ready to drain the spaghetti. I was getting ready to drain the water off the spaghetti noodles. I was still in school. I was still in high school, I think. I was in high school when this happened, and somehow I wasn't paying attention. I had the pot in my hand. I wasn't paying attention. In the pot, the water, I think it was too full. The water kind of spilled over the lip of the pot and fell on my foot, bro. And I had flip flops. I ain't have on no socks or nothing. So that hot water, like the spaghetti noodles was done, so it was boiling hot. So I had just taken it off the eye. that water spilled on my foot, bro. Why did I throw them noodles? I didn't give a damn. I threw them noodles on the counter, man. Noodles was all over the place, and I still had a scar to this day. I had a burn.
Yeah, I said I barely like they. I end up, and then this adds insult to injury, Bishop. So we was on Tallil Air Force Base, right? Mm-hmm. So being on Tallil Air Force Base, there really we was further on the road. They did it, and they utilized me to go to the Air Force Base to do a PX run. Okay. Because it's like, Sergeant Amir, don't you need to go to sick call? I was like, no, like this point, it's a week later. My stomach is crusting over. Like, it's starting to heal now. They're like, no, don't you need to go to sick call? So they used me to go to sick call where they went. And then, of course, the PAs there, they scrubbed me down. They got whatever dead skin was off. And they gave me, I had to wrap my stomach. And they gave me cream and stuff. But it was only so they could basically go to the PX at in Tallil. I was like,
he was the scapegoat, man.
Yeah, he's like, they used me. They used me so they could go to the day. Like at this point, it's a week later. Like y'all don't give a damn about me then. It's like no. So and then you gotta think. Yeah, and then you gotta think. I have to put on all my gear to ride in the Humvee. Yep. So it's like
this.
Just
like throwing on some clothes. Yeah. So if anything, you about to irritate it with all this stuff
exactly that I'm about to put on. And y'all, we ain't gonna. It ain't like I mean, we're in a combat environment. They're not gonna give me a profile to not wear my LBE.
That part.
Yeah, so
I got some stories about burns through my years cooking in the military. Really, Leslie, that's what's up, man. We all got those stories, man. I done seen it all, man. I done seen it all. What up, Elijah? What up? I
remember I almost severed my wrist with the damn NBU. I mean with the immersion heater. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Oh, with the immersion heater, bro. Who ain't had got your eyebrows and all of that.
You mess around and start it up wrong, and then
and that blow up. That bit not blow up, but it do that pop pow. You be scared. That I will say this, Trey. That was probably one of the scariest equipments that I ever wanted to deal that I ever wanted to deal with, because I just heard so many stories about what. Yeah, man. I heard so many stories about that during immersion heaters, and I've seen people come back with singed eyebrows, hairlines, mustache, stuff like that. I done seen it. I seen it happen. So yeah, I that was probably one of the scariest pieces of equipment that I ever wanted.
I think we even get to it was doing a certification for the field while we was at Freeman, and I messed around and was trying to put the stovetop on the immersion heater, and it slipped. And when it slipped, my wrist went across the top of it.
Top of it and cut you.
Oh my god! To the white meat, I was like, whoa! I was like, and I took it. I took off like you just said, like the noodles. I took my LBE, my Kevlar. I threw it across the point. I threw the Kevlar. I just started walking, and it was like as I was walking, it was just dripping blood. And so, who was it at the time? It was I think my senior. It was Sergeant Rogers? It was Sergeant Rogers and Sergeant Wiley chased me down because I was already halfway to the. I don't know where I was going, but I was halfway there. And they sit up and walked up. He's like, come on. Took me to the hospital. And then they sit up and did what they could to it. They sutured it a little, well, not with the butterfly strips, and wrapped it. Yeah, and wrapped it. And then like a couple of days later, I had to go back again because I put the heavy duty aluminum foil in that hand. Mm-hmm. And it fell. And when I fell, I tried to catch it, and my arm went down. The same arm went down the razor's edge. And so when I went back, there's like, are you having suicidal tendencies? I'm like, yo, I was like, no. I was like, these are literally just, accidents. Yeah, I was like, it's honestly, God, it's just accidents.
Oh yeah, when you get to the white meat, you mad. Oh, that white meat. You see that white meat? It's what up, Zach? You see that white meat? Oh yeah, it's a whole different ball game when you see that white meat. It's a whole different ball game. You lose your mind on when you see the white meat. When you see the white meat.
To the white.
So did you have to? So did they?
So basically, going back up top real quick, when I first started no, they just they wrapped it, but this one was a deep cut because it was deep. Like this one was deeper than the first one. It was on a firm. Actually, I have the scar still for both of them. It was like, but the second one with that aluminum foil, it was a deep one, and it was.
That aluminum foil has caught a lot of people. That aluminum foil done caught me.
That razor,
that joker done caught me. They was going to escort you to the 6th floor.
Yeah, that's what they was like. I was at the TMC. They was like, and she looked at me. They was like, I gotta ask this. Are you having suicide tendencies? Like, no. I was already skeptical about going back, but it was like I said, it was so deep it wouldn't stop bleeding. I applied pressure, it wouldn't stop bleeding, so I had to go. And they looked at me like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" I was like, "Yes, I'm okay. I promise you, there's not nothing wrong."
In the background, they had somebody like, "Hey, 2nd floor, can you please send someone down? We have a gentleman who has cut the same wrist twice, please."
Oh my god! So, moving back up to the top. Same risk.
Hazards of work. That part, bro.
And it was like 3 days apart. That's the problem. Like it was they happened 3 days apart, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I was like,
Cold brown. Cold brown.
So something else happened later on. I was like, I'm not going back. I was like, I'm just going to take this. It's like I'm not
they looking at me. I'll go back one more time. I'm guaranteed. They got the jacket and everything waiting.
It's like, here, Mr.
Sergeant, come here. Get in the jacket. Hey, can you put your hands through here? Can you put your hands through here? With the bandage and all, put your hands through there. We got a runner. He said we got a runner. We got a runner.
Yo, that's like, yeah. So,
okay, bro.
Something I had talked about right before when you had stepped off. What's up with your man, left tackle Andre Dillard? See, he sustained suffered a fracture in practice yesterday. I guess he's your third. He's supposed to be the backup to your guard. To your tackles. Andre Dillard, left tackle, Philadelphia.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. I didn't see that. I didn't hear about that. Yeah. So they were so busy talking about the trade with Jalen and the old boy. See, the old boy coming from the Saints and stuff like that. And we picked up Trey Sermon from y'all. Trey Sermon came over to us, the running back. So I didn't hear nothing about that. Yeah.
Y'all got Trey Sermon? Y'all picked up Trey Sermon?
Yeah, we picked up Trey
Sermon. What is going on in Philly? Let me find out. How are you over there?
Yep, we picked up Trey Sermon in the trade. Yeah, yesterday. That was yesterday. I want to say that was a little.
Yeah, he was
yesterday.
on waivers. We released him.
He was on waivers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's business. So you still gonna cook them noodles you threw? This was at home, man. This was at my house. I wasn't even in the military when that happened. When I threw them noodles on them spaghetti noodles on the counter, man, I ain't care about no damn noodles or none of that. I was done. Food wasn't even an issue no more for me. I was hungry at the time. I wasn't no longer hungry. That pain on that water hitting on my foot, and that water had oil in it, so it stuck. It stuck to my foot, man.
And then you gotta go clean it off. That stuff hurt.
That part, that part, bro. Going out to eat. That part, that part. Understand that part. Going out to eat. But yeah. So I didn't hear about that. I did not. I did not.
Fractured his forearm. Actually, it was the forearm. Of course, a couple of other things. New Orleans Saints safety Marcus May was arrested Thursday. Actually, I think he was arrested Thursday because it was reported on Monday that he had brandished a gun to a vehicle of minors during a road rage incident.
Oh, I heard about that.
He's being charged with aggravated assault, in which he was released on Thursday morning, $30,000 bond. He didn't show up in practice, so they wondered where he was at. But he's been released a $30,000 bond. Additionally, he is already possibly going to serve or face conduct discipline, as while he was with New York, he got a DUI charge. So now possibly he's going to be. It's possible that he's going to be out for a little bit now. Of course, they lost their wide receivers in Malcolm Jenkins and I forgot who the other receiver safety they had. Hence the reason why they brung in May and Matthew. So now is look out. So I don't know, Bishop. It's easy to say, as you see right there, as Hessler, his attorney stated, Marcus Wintley denies allegations for motor vehicles, and that he's going to basically go back and he's going to prove his innocence. His innocence. So I don't know about you, Bishop. It's easy to say now for us, but I look at with that type of money they have, I don't foresee myself getting in a lot of trouble. Not for stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but man, it's crazy you say that though, because They say he brandished the gun with some minors, right? Is what they're saying, right? He brandished the gun with some minors.
Some road rage, yeah, basically
Yeah,
road
yeah.
rage.
Well, see, and this is why I say what I say, right? Because of the fact that I know, like here in San Antonio, some minors just um uh shot up a guy in road rage. Just shot him up. Just clearly just shot him up, killed him and everything. And they was looking around just trying, doing all types of stuff. So I mean, I know we probably need to hear the full details of what's actually going on with him and stuff like that. But when it's all said and done, man, um, I don't know. With these kids nowadays, things have you do the things in which these kids are doing, like we have these mass shootings, things of that nature. It's a lot. It's easy to say what you wouldn't or what you shouldn't be doing and stuff like that because you're not in that situation. But when it comes down to it, what caused him to do that? You know what I'm saying? What situation was he in that involved him to want to have to brandish his gun?
Especially to a female
minor. To a minor, and we with some of these
maybe
minors,
he didn't know, yeah,
man. So, and maybe in that part too, because we know some of these kids nowadays they look a lot older than what we used to when we was in school, stuff like that. We talk about that all the time. So it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get the full story on what actually took place and why he had to do what he had to do. I'm sure that's why he wants to talk and wants to give his explanation on what happened. But yeah, we just got to see.
And like I see, the Sanders, I just hire a driver. It's in that, I think even in that instance, that but sometimes that's not going to be enough.
Who was the dude? Who? Like who was that shot the what you call dude in the leg for jacking his car?
Oh, the
we just talked about from the
Robinson from the Commanders.
From Commanders, yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? He could have been in that same type of situation. We don't know. We don't have the full story. You know what I'm saying? We don't know all the details on what's going on why he chose to brandish the gun. You know what I'm saying? He could have been. It could have been somebody trying to be on the jack move on him too. And he brandished it, and it could have been some kids. I mean, being that it might have been some minors, because like I said, it happened here just the other day. Just the other day. So I don't know.
So your boy Dak Prescott has came out and he has a message for the Dallas Doubters, as he said.
Oh my God, I saw this dumb.
Just keep writing is what he's going to say. Just keep writing, as saying now they're simply talking about how the Eagles are going to win the division. The disrespect, I understand. I understand that y'all are currently the reigning NFC East champions, and they don't put no respect in your name because y'all are
no respect deserved. No respect deserved. You got to earn that every year. You don't get to hold on. You don't get to live off last year's claims, bro. You don't get to live off last year's claims. You keep it moving. Let's see what you're gonna do this year. You don't live off last year's claims. Just because y'all won the NFC East don't mean nothing.
So currently,
y'all got bounced out just like we got bounced out.
The Cowboys are currently without first year. It's currently without wide receivers. Amari Cooper. And they're without Amari Cooper from last year. Without Randy Gregory, as they're both gone. They're currently without Michael Gallup and James Washington, who are both injured, so they're not with him. So they're not suiting up. Tyron Smith is out. Yeah, Tyron Smith is out currently. CeeDee Lamb is out, so they got a rookie that's starting for that's going to probably be starting for Tyler Smith, the rookie. CeeDee Lamb and Nathan Brown are both out. Rookie Jalen Tolbert. So it's a lot going on. But he basically just states that we are right now. His assignment. It is, says Prescott, it's truly a privilege to be a quarterback on this team, to be a leader of these guys, offense, defense, and coaching staff that we have. And yeah, especially with everything being said about us, you know what I mean? The lack of what we have, keep writing, keep talking, ready to play. End quote.
Yeah. I mean, it breathes well. It breathes well. I mean, he can say all that, trying to get the Cowboys fans all riled up and stuff like that. Everybody keep talking about CD ain't that dude, but as you can see, He's showing it, right? But anyway, yeah, he's just getting the fans riled up, because season's about to take off. Dak only saying that because he got paid. That might be the fact too, there, Anthony P. But Dalton Schultz, that's my tight end right there. Don't talk about
nice.
my tight
He's nice. He helped me out last year. He's nice.
Yeah, he's another one. He's another one who hasn't gotten his check yet. He like
he has
Lamar.
got paid.
Yeah, he like Lamar. He ain't got paid yet. But yeah, I feel that's what Dak done is expected. You expect that from the quarterbacks, man. You expect them to come in right before the season, kick off and give praise and what their expectations are coming into the season, what they because of what all the naysayers are saying and stuff like that. So you expect that from Dak. I don't expect nothing less. I don't expect that nothing less from any quarterback, to be honest with you. I expect that from all quarterbacks who are confident about their playing ability and being able to get out there and take their team to the next level in hopes to make it into the playoffs as well as to the Super Bowl. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all, man.
Like you said, it's hopefully it ends up working out like that, like you said. But I mean, if it doesn't, like at that point, it becomes talk, and then no one wants to hear that anymore. Next time you come around, like you said that.
But see, and that's the thing. He got to show and prove. It's cool that y'all won the NFC East, but that's as far as y'all went. Y'all won the NFC East, but got bounced out the first round. Didn't it? Was the first round or the second round?
We got rid of them the first round.
First round, right? They got bounced out first, just like us, like we did. So it's cool. You can say all that all you want to. If y'all don't get past the first round,
y'all lost to Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah, we lost to Tampa Bay. Yes, in the first round. If y'all don't get out of the first round, you basically it's a losing season. It's irrelevant. Ooh, nice spin move. It's irrelevant. To be honest with you, if you don't get out the first round, y'all have to become divisional playoff winners for y'all to say for Dak to own up to what he's saying about proving the naysayers wrong. Because if CD Lamb, y'all can say what y'all want to. That dude is finna have a fire season. I'm telling y'all.
Why is he gonna have a fire season, Bishop?
Because he's that dude. Yeah, he's a boomer sooner for one, but outside of that, he's that dude, man. You just saw what he was doing, bro. He's that dude. He's that dude. Don't ignore the fact, bro. Don't ignore the fact. Don't do that. Don't do that, Dre. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm trying to give. I'm trying, but
don't do that,
these.
And then Michael Gallup is out. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he's going to really eat with Michael being out.
That's
what his saving grace is Michael Gallup is out. So allow him and
right there,
Dak, it allow him and Dak to kind of like build that rapport because what I'm saying, he's going to be the top receiver and his go-to is gone. But
yeah, Dalton Schultz, that boy there.
So 6 days. Is it 6 days from showtime?
6 days. Yep, 6 days. Next Thursday. First, the Rams versus the who's it?
Buffalo
Bills. The Bills. Yeah, that's what it is, baby. Are you ready for some football? Is the question. Are you ready for some football?
We will have football every weekend or every week until February.
Every weekend. You're right. You said it right the first time. Every weekend, bro.
Well, because sometimes Thursdays.
Well, I'm saying, but it still be every weekend, though.
Yeah. Definitely every weekend.
College as well as NFL. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you getting both double doses, baby. Double doses.
At some point, it would be football and basketball.
Yeah, what is that? December time frame or November time frame?
October.
Is it October? Oh, season starts. Yeah.
Season starts in October.
October, that's right.
Or early September if you count college basketball. So we finna get right back into it that year where you get the champions. We go to the CFP. From the CFP into the Super Bowl into the playoffs, the NBA play. Oh, correction, to March Madness into the playoffs until then we go right back to the season.
It's crazy.
But at least now we have USL and UFL spring football to maybe take a little edge off. So it's a lot. Or not to mention World Series. Hunt for October. You got the World Series going on. Let's go, Big Blue Wrecking Crew, them LA Dodgers. Let's go. Another year. Let's get it. We might finally see the Yankees versus Dodgers. Let's go. XFL starts in March, I believe. Not March in late February, I think. Anthony. It starts a week before the USFL, if I remember correctly. But it's after the basically after the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, I think a week or two later is when the XFL starts, and then the USFL starts a week after that, or vice versa. However,
one of the yeah, it's
yeah.
yeah.
We get to see who's the next right thing. Turpin did make the 53-man roster for the Dallas Cowboys, so he's going to be there. Yeah, it's about to be exciting times. We ain't see Jacoby Brissett this year, but you get to see what he's like as he plays against Baker.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
we got the college going on. Game day tomorrow.
Game day.
I wonder are they
Day.
gonna be? I wonder are they
They're
gonna
gonna
be
be.
remote?
Oh, I wonder where they're gonna be. Yeah, no, I don't think they're gonna be remote. Not this time. Not
I
this
mean,
Saturday.
yeah, I mean they're not gonna
Last
be remote.
Saturday
They're
was
gonna probably
remote. Yeah. Last Saturday was remote.
see.
This the first game.
Let's
I
see
don't
where
wonder
they're
where they're
gonna
gonna
be
be.
at.
They
That's what I'm
said it.
looking
They
at now.
said last
Trying to
week,
look
but I
it up
forgot.
now.
Yeah,
Where
they
they're gonna
said, but
be at.
one. We need to make one of those. I keep saying I want to go out to one of them catch
Oh
college
yeah,
games.
yeah. You know, say pull up, do a
Yeah,
remote,
pull up.
do a remote thing, and then go watch
Mhm.
it.
Yeah,
Let me
have to
see.
go check us out on college game day. Yeah,
It has to be somewhere close. And well, I guess it doesn't. You know what? You know where the closest one's going to probably be that we'll be able to make.
Austin. Oh, for between the two of us.
Yeah, where we could go
Uh,
at the same time. The Red River Shootout.
yeah, the one in Dallas.
That's at the Cotton Bowl. That's going to be the
Yep.
closest one. That's
Yep.
there. I'm very sure they're guaranteed to be there.
Yeah, Dallas. They always. I think they go every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think
It's
they go every year.
a big event. So most hostings. They have made their most appearances. So okay, this year they're going to be in. They're going to be in Carolina, Charlotte. That's where they're going to be at. They're going to be in Charlotte.
Oh, they're in Carolina this week.
Yeah, they're going to be there for the Georgia versus Clemson of Georgia. Oh wait, hold up. No, that's last year's. I'm sorry. So far for this year that they have is Ohio and Notre Dame. That's where they're going to be at.
Oh, okay.
In Columbus. So they're going to be there for that
Ohio.
game.
Yeah, yeah.
So they haven't put out the schedule yet for the rest of, or haven't came up yet
Yeah.
but they're going on the 3rd. They're going to be at tomorrow. They're going to be at Ohio State and Notre Dame.
Okay, because that's the big game of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess they could have went to the Clemson. They could have went to the Georgia and Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on.
Yeah, that's what's up.
See if they have an actual schedule, put out a schedule yet, where they're going to be at.
For college game day?
Yeah, because I know they can flex it depending on what the top games are.
Right. And depending on how people fare in the league, fare with losing and stuff like that.
Let's see if they have it. Oh, it's getting flag football season about to kick up out here.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I had 2 games. They had scheduled me for 2 games next week, and I had to decline them because it was on the 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to decline them. Yep.
I was are you leaving the 8th?
Yep, I'll get there on the 8th. Yep.
Yeah, me too. I had to because I was scheduled to have a coaches meeting for flag football on the 9th, and I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, I'm not going to even be here, so I have to switch it. So the day when I come back is when I have it. Actually, okay. I think I was supposed to be off on that day too, but I'm just gonna come in because the following day, that Tuesday, is when the game starts. So I got to I had to get it. So
The Tuesday after we come back.
Yeah, our season starts on the 13th. So
Oh.
I had to go in anyway, so I can make sure I got everything. Like next week, I'll go check and make sure survey the field, so I can make sure I know the point, so I can just go out there and lay the field down. Because it's not like how we used to have it before, where I could just sit up and chalk. Because we're not chalking field because they're playing on AstroTurf. So
Wow, that's nice.
yeah, so it's not so we can't I can't do that. So I have to, it's cones in which I'm put out and markers I'm putting down without any boundaries, but I have to I need to go and survey to make sure, because last year I put just one field. This year I'm planning to run two, and so I need to go kind of like start to get my points, so it'd be easier for me to pick up and put down the field, uh, as opposed to what I did last year. So it took me like 20 minutes to put a field down last year, but now I got to put down two, and I know they kind of, so I got to go find me some temporary chalk, temporary paint that's going to wash away after I'm done, and all that type of stuff. So, but I'll do that next week. Go do the field, um, and get that out the way.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's why you have football season. There was a bonus in all spectrums, all forms. Flag, tackle, 8-man, 9-man, 11-man, 4-man, co-ed, women's, like all types of football is about to take place all over the country. So looking
Yeah,
forward to it, baby. So looking forward. So ready. So ready. So ready.
just like anything else, everything else. That means our flag, our not flag, our fantasy starts off. Matter
That's
of fact, I
right.
have a draft. I have one more draft tomorrow. I got one
Wow. How
more
many
draft
leagues does
tomorrow. I
put
got
you
to do a
in?
draft. So this is what I didn't do this year. Usually I play at least in at minimum in NFL and ESPN. I get into like the draft leagues that they have. I draft one team in each. But all the leagues that I currently play in are leagues that I have played in before, in which they just instituted them, and I'm just running it back. So our
Oh,
fraternity
okay.
one, we started our own with first formation. We got into sports and shenanigans. So those three, you know, what I'm saying, and then I have one that I've been playing in for a couple of years now. That keep on gets reconstituted on NFL, and then another one that I've been playing for a couple of years now. They reconstituted it for the for us, and they're bringing it back. So they're doing the draft. So this year, currently, I'm in five. I have five, in which
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm going to go any further. I think I have another one that's supposed to be coming up. I don't know if they're going to do it. It was three initially, but the guy or whoever was the commissioner hasn't opened it up yet. So I don't know if it's going to go down or not. So I have one tomorrow, and I may have one on I might have a different one as of now to see if they're going to have it or not. Uh, let me see if it's opened up yet. So that one they haven't even set a draft yet, and then the other one that I've been playing in. Oh, the draft is tomorrow. So I got two drafts tomorrow. I got one at 3. Yeah, I got one at 5 o'clock, and then another one at ESPN. I haven't seen what time that one is.
Some of my boys and I played Madden with 2K
at
and
this
stuff.
point, you know what I'm saying? I just let them auto draft and.
Yeah, they one of my boys that some of the people I hang out with here, they want me to do a draft or create a league for our little crew here, because it's like 10 of us that we hang out here in San Antonio. They want me to be the commissioner for it. And I was like, I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I ain't did the commissioner duties in a minute.
And I'm a commissioner of 2 leagues this year.
Yeah, so. I ain't a commissioner in none, because that's a lot of work to try to stay up on everything and the commissioner's duties on all these leagues and stuff like that. But it is what it is. I don't know if we get it. I think like I said, I think it's like 10 of us so far, or no, it ain't. Well, it's like 10 or 12 of us that hang with each other, but I think it's only like 7 of us that's in the league or said that they want to participate, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. We will see if I choose to go ahead and do it or not, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, so it's like, but I hopefully maybe I could go 5-0 or 6-0 in all of my leagues. Like I said, out of the ones I had last
that
year,
ain't gonna happen. We in 3 together, so that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. That means those as well.
Yeah, no, that's 3 that you and I are in together, so that's definitely not gonna happen. So the best you can do is probably 3-3. That's the best you could do.
What I realize is after my trade goes through, I have some more willing and dealing to do. So I'm gonna have to sit up and I'm like looking at it now. Oh, you know what? Additionally,
Eric, you see this nonsense he talking, man. This dude be on one, man. I'm telling you.
I was
Eric.
just sitting up and thinking about it. So also, if you go to our league, we have a pick'em league as well. A pick'em in there. I went and made my pick.
Yeah.
I went and made my picks yesterday. So it keeps the record of all that for throughout our season as we're going to do the pick'em. So I went and made my picks for this for next week. Anyone else in the First Formation League, please feel free to go
on
do
the First Formation Facebook
but yeah,
page?
so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's on the First Formation League. Matter of fact, when we drop off, I'll show where it is. I'll share the screen and show you where it is. But yeah, so it's like, so I'm up. I'm ready to go. All ready for it. I took a comprehensive look at my team last night. I was like, there's some things I can do to tweak. So as soon as this trade goes through, I got some moves to make. What?
I apologize. It really is straight. I told you, man.
Y'all still can think that, man.
I told you, man. This is the same dude. Remember
like
about
Bishop
a week or two ago? Remember a week or two ago? He talking about, man, I ain't gonna do no more talking. I just
told y'all. I just said yesterday that I've been blessed. I've been blessed, and with that blessing, I have to shout it for the rooftops and let it know that, you know, say he has blessed me with the abilities and gifts that, you know, saying I cannot allow to be contained. So I have to simply speak for it. You know, saying he gives me free will and dominion.
Eric, you hear it first. Here, this is the same dude. I mean, I ain't gonna talk. I'm just gonna show. I ain't gonna talk.
Now when we start playing, because when I start smashing people, I'm not saying anything. Because the last time I did that, and I got a little ahead of myself, and then I lost 5.
He came back and beat a minutes behind. Yep, you sure did.
I went 6-0 and was just looking. I was going to
run. He was going to run through the division.
I ran through my division. I went to the next division, and it was like. I was like, wait, hold up.
Came over there to my division. It was like, no, sir. That ain't coming over there. That ain't happening over here, partner. You might have did that over there where you was at, but not over here.
So now I'm saying that taught me, that humbled me. It's completely. So when I'm talking right now, but when we start playing, I'm going to be quiet, real talk. I'm not going to say anything. When we come back on here in the morning, like
let him get one win. Let him get that first win. He gonna come on here talking.
That's for people who ain't been there before. I've been there before, so I'm not going to do all that. People ain't been there before, so I do that. I've been to these places.
On that note, thank y'all for tuning in to First Formation, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all check us out Monday through Friday, 0900 hours to 1100 hours. And for you civilian personnel, that's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We coming on here on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. You can find First Formation. Be sure to check us out Monday through Friday, man. As you know, football season is already kicked off for college. It's about to kick off for the NFL in less than a week. It is what it is, man. We about to have fun. So be sure to stay tuned. We thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in to the show. Make sure y'all having a blessed and great, safe weekend. This is what is it? Memorial Day, Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. So
y'all be Virgo season.
Yes, y'all be safe. Appreciate you. Have a phenomenal Friday. You already know. Listen, that's what we do around these parts. Zach, hey, have safe travels when you get there, bro. And I'm gonna holler back at you, Trey. Go ahead. You got it. Say what you got to say.
Nothing. Just, you know what I'm saying, be on the lookout. If you pay attention or follow the Military Basketball Association, be on the lookout. There's an announcement coming up soon. Commissioner Mike Myers has something that he has to say. We'll wait till when he reveals it, and then we'll talk about it. Of course, like I said, Labor Day weekend, you got teams that's out there playing. Be sure to pick up and go check out some of those teams in the Arizona's areas, down in the South. Be on the lookout. The season's starting back up. The sports, you know what I'm saying? Sports is what it's all about. We greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us. Y'all know where to catch us every day, every Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours. And be sure to check out other E2G filming. I know Scarborough or what is it, Hillsborough. They having more shows. They got another show coming up 4 o'clock today. Where, like I said, if you are New England Patriots fans, that's the place to be. As they talk on it, 305 is going to be on later on today. Check out their programming. Spread the word. Catch our man Cornelius Cole every Wednesday. I think I believe every Wednesday. The Die Hard fan. I think every Wednesday, Sports Shenanigans is up. Of course, on the Speakeasy. I think Bishop actually going to be a guest for the Die Hard fan as they talk about the Eagles. It's going to be I'm very sure it's going to be a great show when you have when you have Cornelius, a Cowboy fan, Bishop, Eagles fan. That one should be a barn burner. Check them out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all love in this thing we do. We look forward to seeing y'all Monday as we talk about some of these college games that went on, the upsets and everything. And it's you know what I'm saying, peace and love. Y'all enjoy your day.